Tip number 1 is so simple, it's going to blow your mind. What you're going to do now is stop drinking all that other BS, and now you just drink water. Except for maybe that coffee in the morning. I won't give that up either. And I find the easiest way to do that is make sure that water is the most accessible thing to you. The way I've done that, I have my cooler right here. Now, before we get to the nitty gritty, let's do number 2, because without step number 2, none of the rest of this video matters. Sleep. I'm talking real deal sleep. 8 hours of good sleep every night. As a kid, you need sleep to grow. As an adult, you need sleep to not grow older. Water and sleep, if you're doing that, you're already crushing it. So with that said, these are my 3 40-year-old dad fitness hacks. But before I tell you that, I want to tell you where this is coming from and why I'm sharing this with you. 3 years ago, we were traveling to Costa Rica for a month-long vacation. As I was packing my bags, I was shirtless in my bedroom and I caught a sight of my back. What I saw were these love handles forming right here on my lower back. Now, there's no body shaming here. I'm just telling you how I felt about myself. This is something I was not used to. I'd never seen before. And I asked my wife, how long has that been growing there? And being a good wife, she told me I looked great, nothing to worry about. But to me, that was a new development in my physicality. So I thought to myself, as I get older, things can gradually get better in my fitness, or they can gradually get worse. So we go to Costa Rica. I'm surfing every morning before the family gets up. We're biking, we're eating healthy, and at the end of the month, there's this photo. In 1 month, I went from back fat Ollie to surfer fit Ollie, the type of Ollie that I really want to be in my mind's eye. And then we returned back to Canada, and I thought to myself, how do I maintain that level of fitness? How do I find the time to eat healthy and work out and be a sole income earner and be a good dad and be a good husband? So with all that in mind, these are my 3 hacks for the busy dad, mom person aging into their 40s who wants to maintain a certain level of fitness while still having time for all the other important things in their life. You gotta sweat for 30 minutes a day. So yeah, I bought a Peloton. Here's the thing that I really want people to know about maintaining a habit. You have to hack your behavior. I am very competitive. I love competition. That's why at the gym, I used to work at a CrossFit gym, because there was always competition. Even if I was beating a 70-year-old lady in deadlifts, I needed that to work out that extra bit harder. When I was forced to work out at home to get my sweat on, the Peloton made a lot of sense because you're kind of racing the world. And I know this is expensive. CrossFit is expensive. Running works. I have a guy who runs up and down the hill in front of my house every single day. I've watched that guy probably lose 100 pounds. He's committed. That is, next to sleep and water, the most important thing you can do. Get your sweat. Sneaky activity. This is something I totally made up, but this should be a universally promoted fitness hack. I'm out walking my dog. I could just take him for a walk around the block, but instead I'm out here in the woods behind my house. I strapped on these skis. I'm working through heavy snow. I'm having a little bit of fun, elevating my heart rate, kind of putting me into a flow state. And without even noticing it, I'm getting a little bonus workout in the day. And I know, I can hear you in the comments.
I don't live in Canada.
I don't have skis.
There's no snow.
Where's my sneaky activity?
Before I lived out here in Narnia, I used to live in New York City. Shout out to my friend Clem McIntosh. He used to walk everywhere. We would leave our apartment half an hour early. So instead of taking the subway, we would walk 40 blocks. And if you want to get your heart rate up, guaranteed, walk 40 blocks in New York City. Big city, sneaky activity. It's available to everyone. What's yours? Comment down below. Or not. Resistance training.
Who's a good boy?
There's a lot to be said on this, but what I do a max effort pull-ups, max effort push-ups, and max effort air squats. Ideally, you would spend more time doing resistance training, but with my limited time, I'm making sure I get some training in every day, just so that my mind keeps telling my body that, hey, we like to lift things, we like to move things, we have to stay in this strong shape. If you allow yourself to truly become sedentary, sitting at your desk and not moving weight every day, your body's going to start relaxing, your muscles are going to start atrophying. If you want to get some really good insight, read Tim Ferriss's 4-Hour Body. It's a wild encyclopedia with lots of great hacks. I started off at 5 chin-ups, which was sad because I used to be able to do a lot more. My hope is that eventually I'll be as good as my 25-year-old self and I'll be able to bang out 25 chin-ups a day. We'll see. So why does any of this matter? Check this out. This is Kelly Slater. He is 50 years old. This year, 2022, he won the Pipeline Masters. That's a surfing competition. The average age of the surfers in that competition is probably about 25, 26. At 50, he's beating 25 and 26-year-olds. This to me is very inspiring. I want my 50-year-old body to be better than my 40-year-old body, and I believe that that starts today with little tiny habits. So if this video has inspired you, please get off your phone, get off YouTube, go do something active. If it didn't, blow me up in the comments down below, because you know what? Comments, good or bad, they help. Thanks a lot for watching. I will see you next week where I talk about cold exposure and saunas, how miserable and hard and crazy they are, but also how much it's benefiting my life. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.